up, YouTube? What is up, family? We have a Patreon request. We got 10 most beautiful small towns to visit in France. 2024. It's up to date, people. Up to date. Already, just the opening scene doesn't even seem real. It looks fake. It looks like a fairy tale. It looks like Snow White and the Seven Dwarves are like somewhere hanging out in this little village. Look at the rooftops. Is that stone? All right, let's just hit play. Ooh, that's a little too loud, isn't it? That's the first time I say that. I love things loud, but that was a little too loud. All right, let's go.
Welcome back, folks, to a brand new video.
So you're flying into Paris for a city break, but it's left you feeling unfulfilled. But other parts of the country are filled with medieval towns and villages that will take you back to its ancient past. And I think you should visit during the early autumn to spring times to avoid the summers. So let's look at 10 stunning villages to visit in France. Number 1, Ivoir. Now this is a medieval city built in the early 14th century, located on the French shore of Lake Geneva, between Geneva and Evian. So while small, the town of Ivoir is packed with history, known for its restored medieval homes and buildings. The town overlooks Lake Geneva. So you can walk around the town and stop by the remarkable Garden of the Five Senses, which is designed to please all 5 of your senses, such as the colourful and fragrant plants, where you can sometimes pluck the flowers and feel or taste them, if that's your thing. But while touring the town, you can also stop by Ivoir Castle, which was built during the 14th century. Or later on,
Look at that tree.
head down to Lake Geneva for a super cold swim. So Ivoir is a bit of a pain to get to, but you can take a train from Paris to Geneva, which is just over 3 hours. You can then go via the ferry from Geneva to Ivoir, or you can take the bus.
Look at that water, man. Straight down to the rocks. Wow.
Number 2, Balazuk, France. Now this is a stunning medieval village.
Population 380. I'm gonna bet everybody knows everybody.
That's perched on a rocky promontory overlooking the Ardèche River. Now this village is characterized by its narrow cobblestone streets, its ancient golden stone houses, and the medieval castle ruins. In fact, Balazuk has been recognized as one of the most beautiful villages in France. I think it's due to its historic charm and, of course, the scenic location. Now, one of the crowning jewels of Balazuk is its medieval castle, especially as it sits in a stunning location right above the village. And the castle's imposing ruins makes you imagine the lives of the nobles who once called it home. And from the ramparts, you'll gaze upon the Ardèche River, which winds its way through the picturesque countryside below. So this is a great way to go deep into France and explore some villages that don't really get that much tourism.
Yeah, you notice how many people we've seen so far? None.
Number 3, Saint-Emilion.
Saint-Emilion. That's a lot of wine being made.
Now, just a short 40-minute train ride from Bordeaux, you will find one of the best medieval towns in France. A stunning UNESCO-listed hilltop town, which has a long tradition of winemaking, dating back all the way to the 2nd century when Romans originally planted vines here.
Oh, wow.
So probably the most famous monument of Saint-Emilion is the 12th century monolithic church,
People.
and its name suggests it's carved from stone.
More people.
But while the church itself is well hidden in the rock, its bell tower is standing tall and can be seen from every spot in the town. If you're interested in architecture, the tower is a fascinating monument by itself.
Mm-hmm. Look at that King's Tower. My God. Amazing.
Number 4.
Really
Roguay, France. Now this is another delightful village that's nestled right in the heart of the Ardèche region. A blend of rustic beauty and
Canard. Yeah, that's right. You think I knew that? Mm-hmm.
riverside charm.
Mm.
It's perched gracefully on the banks of the Ardèche River, and it's a very picturesque escape that stands out for its individuality. Wandering through the winding streets, you'll feel that authentic ambience of a rural French village. Traditional stone houses line the lanes, each with its own story to tell. Now, one of the distinctive features is its ancient bridge that spans the Ardèche River, connecting the villages to the surrounding countryside.
I mean, we're getting very close to autumn here, but I could just imagine full-blown autumn, what this would look like, with the trees, different colors, beautiful river running through it. Oh my goodness!
The bridge's arches and views of the river
That's a
add
hotel?
that unique element to your holiday.
What?
So it may not have a medieval castle like its neighbouring villages,
Oh man!
but its simplicity and its unspoiled beauty are its trademarks.
And the food must just be ridiculous.
Our internet bill went up?
Looks like you need Verizon Home Internet. No surprise price hikes or hidden fees, because no.
Simplicity and its
Fuck. Oh man!
unspoiled like its neighbouring villages.
Oh, that's nice. Wait a minute.
So it may not
You stay here at this hotel, you shop right below it for your knickknacks and your souvenirs, and then you go right here to the restaurant overlooking, I guess, a cliff. It must be an outrageous view while you're eating, I'm sure, delicious food. Natural, like pulled out of the ground, delicious. I don't even want to think about it. I don't want to think about it.
have a medieval castle like its neighbouring villages, but its simplicity and its unspoiled beauty are its trademarks.
Look at this. Look at that.
Number 5. Gordes.
God. I've never heard of these places.
So this is a
Never.
picturesque hilltop medieval French village that's
Oh.
located in the heart of Provence.
All medieval.
In its early existence, Romans occupied the area, leaving behind columns, theatres, and artifacts in the surrounding landscapes. But Gordes is
Okay.
not a big destination, but quite a small yet charming place instead. So when you do visit, which is 55 minutes by car or far longer if you're taking public transport, you can even see all of the village in a day.
Mhm.
To be frank, Gordes has nothing adventurous to do, but wanderlust is the thing that will be satisfied. You will fill your cameras with photos.
I was just gonna say, the only thing you need to do is open your eyes.
So if you love discovering details and exploring off the beaten path destinations, Gordes can be the place you're looking for. Number 6. Dinan. Dinan in Brittany is defined by its charming half-timbered houses.
Love it.
The town,
Look
which
at
sits along the river, is how you would literally visualize a Brothers Grimm fairy tale, slightly dark and steeped in history with hidden mysteries. So as I mentioned, the town stands on the river with its medieval walls dating back to the 11th century. Surviving several attacks from the English,
the most beautiful thing about these places is no cars, no vehicles. Without cars and just little I'll call them roadways for people, it just enhances all these villages, all the beauty in it. Without cars, it really does make a world of a difference. When you don't see cars, you automatically see beauty. You notice that?
Back to the 11th century. Surviving several attacks from the English,
Look,
therefore,
it's beautiful.
Many buildings today you will see date back several hundred years. But there's one picturesque street which transports you from the top of the town to the port area along the river.
Look at that street.
And it's easily one of the best places to visit in Brittany. And if you are planning to visit the Brittany region, the perfect base would be to stay in Dinan.
Right now, this place is not happy that it's being shown. Because trust me, these little beautiful, quiet villages filled with beauty and calm, they like it that there's no tourism. Believe me, they don't want tourism. So if they see this video, they'll be like, shh, don't mention our town. We don't want you here. Oh my, look at this. Cars. It's like a whole other world. A whole other world out here.
Number 7. Ez. Now this is a wonderful seaside commune in the Côte d'Azur region in southeastern France. So besides its many beaches, there are plenty of other places to see while in this medieval seaside town. For instance, the Lychee Path is a really difficult trail that winds through the local cliffs and gives panoramic views of the sea. Now the distance is around 5 kilometers, and there's a sign at the bottom of the path at sea level that basically lets you know it can take about an hour and a half to complete uphill.
Could you just
basically
could you imagine eating right here?
Lets you know
right here, a little lunch in the middle of the day. Just look at this atmosphere.
It'll take about an hour and a half to complete uphill.
That's amazing.
So
look
be
at that
warned,
view.
it is very steep. I'm talking sweat levels.
Chateau de la Chèvre.
But once you're there, there's also the botanical garden, filled with exotic plants. And as I said, you get some wonderful panoramic views of the sea.
Oh my. Yeah. Wow.
Number 8. Charroux, France.
Charroux? Where's that? That's right here.
Now this is a medieval town with a rich past, and it's listed among the most beautiful villages of France. It reminds me of Ez in the south of France, and I've mentioned France 4 times in the first 10 seconds. And you will find ancient houses, a 12th century...
Oh my god, that wood is, I think that wood is just sitting on the rock. No cement, no nothing.
Church, a bell tower,
Wow.
clock tower, market halls with wooden pillars, residences with timber frames from the 14th century,
Little doggy.
and fortified doors and wells.
Wow.
So if you really like wandering through charming villages and finding small trinkets and artistic products, this is another place to head to, which is in central France.
A whole other world, people. A whole other world. Was that it? Oh, another bullshit commercial.
Number 9. Le Poète Laval. Le Poète Laval, a picturesque village in the southeastern region of France,
So little
where
amount of
time
people.
seems to have stood still in the medieval era. No cars, no traffic, just a peaceful atmosphere.
Look at that pool. In the middle of
Cobbled
nowhere.
side streets lined with old houses, a nice place for a stroll.
Yeah.
It's full of charm and authenticity. So it's no surprise that it's listed as one of the most beautiful villages in France. Founded in the 12th century by the Order of St. John, and back then a castle stood at the top of the village. But now a keep and ramparts are all that remain. So there's a hotel with quite a decent restaurant and only an hour's ride from Valence, which seemed like the easiest route to get there.
Wow.
Number 10. Mont Saint-Michel.
Oh, that doesn't. It looks like a long ride. We know about this one. We know about this one. Well, we don't. I don't know nothing about this one. But what population around 50? That I didn't know. But that's wow. That's insane. 50? That's the whole population. Wow. But yeah, we in the top 25 places to visit in France. This was one of them.
Now this is indeed a medieval architectural marvel.
That is just amazing.
It's a small rocky island located in Normandy, France, and is well known for its stunning abbey perched atop the island's highest point. The abbey, which dates back to the 8th century,
Those birds are going to town on that roof. You saw that, right? That roof used to be all gray. Oh yeah, those are some busy birds up there. Seagulls. Rats with wings.
the abbey, which dates back to the 8th century, is a prime example of medieval architecture, and it's renowned for its Gothic design. The island and its abbey have a very rich history, once a strategic stronghold and a centre of medieval pilgrimage.
Look at this.
So of course, it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site today, and a very popular tourist destination.
I would think.
But upon reflection, it reminds me of how amazing the past builders were, and what they may think of how the world looks today.
Look at the architecture, man. Look. That's crazy. Absolutely nuts. Ridiculous. Look at this. Then the tide comes in, and then it's surrounded by water. It's unbelievable.
But there you have it, folks. Those were some stunning villages for you to visit
They certainly were.
in the new year. Let me know if you do happen to visit one of these locations. I want to hear the stories and what you think. Try to avoid all the major cities this year, and I will see you all on the next one.
I couldn't agree more, man. I'd rather visit those places than the big cities. Any day, any day, any day. I mean, yeah, you see the Eiffel Tower, and then all right, you're good. I saw the Eiffel Tower. That was amazing. Paris, yeah, beautiful. You know, beautiful bridges, romantic. The look. You know, the look, the feel of Paris. You gotta experience it at least once. That's for sure. But then after that, in my opinion, there's no need to go to Paris ever again after that, because look at the rest of what France has to offer. It's like, it just seems like this with every country. Every country, you got your major cities, your major tourism places to go, and then all the forgotten places. Well, they're not really forgotten. I have a feeling the countries are smart. They're like, shh, don't tell nobody about this. They can go to Paris. They can go to Lyon. They could go to Barcelona. They could go to Madrid. But shh, don't tell them about the other places. Go to Warsaw. Yeah, Warsaw is nice. Shh, don't tell them about the other little places, because those little places, I mean, it's another world. It's another world. Peaceful, quiet, no tourism. That's why it's so damn beautiful, because no garbage, no idiots from other countries coming and, you know, smoking cigarettes and just putting out their cigarettes right on the streets. You know, they don't give a shit. They don't know. So places like that stay that way because it's quiet. Unlike my dogs. Unlike my dogs, they're quiet. Can you imagine stupid dogs in there just barking and barking and barking in these beautiful little villages? You'd lose your mind. Anyway, so there you have it. The top 10 most beautiful small towns to visit in France. I mean, it's unbelievable. Beautiful, gorgeous. And yeah, trust me, they don't want you to know. They don't want you there. They don't. Don't go. They don't want you there. They don't want you there. I promise you. They don't want you there. They want you in Paris, but they don't want you in these other little villages. You will get an evil eye walking around with your baseball cap and a Nike shirt or something. You know, they'll pick you out in a second. Oh, where the hell did he come from? You know what I mean? Yeah, you know. All right, guys. Anyway, take care. Peace out. Have a good night. Beautiful places. Beautiful.